And if you look at the cover sheet, 5-4 is all about least common multiple. So I want you to flip in your notes. For least common multiple, we've got the first page done for 5-4. So we need to flip to the second page for 5-4. And we are going to practice finding the least common multiple. And in order to find the least common multiple, we started these notes on Monday, I believe. The first thing that I need you guys to do is make factor trees for the number 12 and 18. So go ahead and write 12 and 18 up at the top here. And I want you to start off making a factor tree. So go ahead and start making your factor trees for 12 and 18, and then I'll have you raise your hand and have some people tell me how to do it. So you're breaking down 12 and 18. What are you guys breaking the 12 into? 3 and 4, I like it. Oh, good, that would work too. You're still going to get the same answer as I. So when I broke down 12, I ended up with 2 times 2 times 3. What did you guys break 18 into? 6 and 3, very good, I like it. 9 and 2, you're still going to get the same answer. And then for this 6, I broke it into a 2 and a 3. So for 18, I got 2 times 3 times 3. So double check your factor trees. After we make our factor trees, this is kind of like GCF. We're going to stack them on top of each other. So let's go ahead and take 2 times 2 times 3. That's my prime factorization of 12. 2 times 2 times 3. And we're going to stack 18, 2 times 3 times 3 underneath it. So we're stacking our prime factorizations. Go ahead and circle what they have in common. Just like GCF, we have to circle what they have in common. What are you guys circling? A 2 and a 3? All right. So since we circled the 2 and the 3, let's go ahead and write those each one time. So I'm writing 2 times 3. And then I'm going to cross those off. The sets that I circled, we cross them off. Now, we are trying to find the least common multiple. So because it's least common multiple, we want the least amount of garbage in the world. So what should we do with our leftovers? We recycle them. Very good. Least common multiple, we want the least amount of garbage. So we're going to recycle these leftover numbers. So I have a 2 left over, and I have a 3 left over. So I'm going to recycle the 2, and I'm going to recycle the 3. And now we're going to multiply. What is 2 times 3? 6. What's 2 times 3? And what's 6 times 6? 36. Very good. So our least common multiple is 36. Does anybody know how many times 12 can go into 36? More than that. 3 times. And how many times can 18 go into 36? Twice. Very good. Yep. So 36 is my least common multiple. Let's do the same thing for 6 and 16. We want to find the smallest number that both 6 and 16 can go into. So what should you guys be doing first? Factor tree. Go ahead and make a factor tree for 6 and a factor tree for 16 for me, please. What are you breaking the 6 into? 2 and 3. Good. And that's it for that one. That's easy. What are you guys breaking the 16 into? 2 and 8. Did anybody do 4 and 4? Is that what'd you do? You did 4 and 4. I like it. I always do 4 and 4 for 16. Here's why I like doing 4 and 4. Because I break it into 4 and 4. And then what do those 4s break into? Yep, 2 and 2, 2 and 2. I don't know why I like it, but then it's nice and even all the way down. So for 6, I'm going to take 2 times 3. And I'm going to stack it with 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Go ahead and circle what they have in common. What do you see that they have in common? 2's, good. Do they have anything else in common? Nope. So let's go ahead. We circled a set of 2's. Let's write that once and cross it off. Is there anything else in common? No. So least common multiple, we want the least amount of garbage. So what do we do with our leftovers? Recycle them. So I'm going to bring down my times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's a lot of recycling we're doing there. And then we want to multiply. So when I multiply, I just like to work from left to right. I'm going to do, what's 2 times 3? 6. Ooh, and then I see 2 times 2. What's 2 times 2? 4. So I've got 6 times 4, and then I've still got one more times 2. What's 6 times 4? Times 2? 48. So our least common multiple is 48. So 48 is the smallest number that both 6 and 16 can go into. How many times can 6 go into 48? 8 times. How many times can 16 go into 48? 3. Very good. Let's jump down to example 2. And we have to find the least common multiple of 3 numbers this time. If you're finding the least common multiple of 3 numbers, we're going to go about this process the exact same. We're going to make a factor tree for 5, 8, and 15. Which one of those doesn't even need a factor tree? 5. How come? It's prime. Good vocabulary. I love it. 5 is a prime number. We don't even need a factor tree for it. So I'm just going to write that 5 so I don't forget about it. But I do have to make factor trees for 8 and 15. What does the 8 break into? Yep, 4 and 2. And then the 4 will break into 2 and 2. What's the 15 break into? 3 and 5. Now what should we do? Stack them. Yep, I've already got that 5 there. Now I'm going to stack 2 times 2 times 2. And I'm going to stack 3 times 5. Do you see anything we can circle? So for greatest common factor, it's got to be in all 3 of the lists, right? Do you see anything that's in all 3 of the lists? Nope. Here's something about least common multiple. It only has to be in 2 of the lists. So do you see anything that's only in 2 of them? The 5 and 5. Do you see this 5 up here and this 5 down here? It's going to be kind of a weird way to circle them. I'm going to I got to kind of go around those 2's. Make a weird looking circle there. It looks like a horseshoe or a boomerang. Is there anything else that's in 2 of the lists? Nope. So I circled those 5s. So I'm going to write that 5 once, and then I'm going to cross that off. And what do we do with our leftovers? Recycle. Yep. So I'm going to bring down my times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And now we got to multiply. What's 5 times 2? 10. Good. What's 2 times 2? 4. So I've got 10 times 4 times 3. What's 10 times 4? 40. And then I have to do 40 times 3. Well, let's do 4 times 3. What do you get? 12. And then add the 0, we get 120. That's a big number, 120. That's the least common multiple of 5, 8, and 15 is 120. All right, we're going to skip this next one for a minute because I want to make sure we get to this third example. This third example is the biggest conundrum of my life. You guys know what a conundrum is? It's like, It's super confusing and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Hot dogs are sold in packs of 8. But hot dog buns are sold in packs of 6. How does that make any sense? If you're going to buy hot dog buns, you want the same number of hot dog buns as you have hot dogs, right? It does not make sense to me at all that one of them is sold in packs of 8 and the other one's sold in packs of 6. To me, if one's sold in packs of 8, the other one should be sold in packs of 8. If one is sold in packs of 6, the other one should be sold in packs of 6. You guys see where I'm coming from? Because every time I want to have hot dogs, I've got 2 leftover hot dogs. What do I do with the 2 leftover hot dogs? Eat them plain? Oh, you can't have a hot dog without a bun. You can? Are you serious? I'm going to have to start giving you guys my leftover hot dogs because I only like hot dogs if they have a bun with them. What we have to do in this problem is figure out how many of each pack do we need to buy to have the same amount of hot dogs and buns. So I want to have exactly the same number of hot dogs as I have the same number of buns. So let's talk this through. Hot dogs are sold in packs of 8. So let's say I buy 1 pack of hot dogs. How many hot dogs do I have? 8, okay. That doesn't match up with the 6, does it? Let's say I buy 2 packs. How many do I have? 16, because 8 times 2 is 16. Can 6 go into 16? No. Let's say I buy 3 packs. How many do I have? 24. Can 6 go into 24? We can't. So the question says, how many of each pack do we need to buy to have the same amount? Well, to have the same amount, I'm going to have 24 altogether. So if I have 24 hot dogs, and hot dogs are sold in packs of 8, how many packs am I going to buy? 3 packs. Very good. We're going to buy 3 packs. I'm going to write 3 packs hot dogs. If I'm going to buy 24 hot dog buns, and hot dog buns are sold in packs of 6, all right, so let's say we've got 24 buns and 6 come in a pack. How many packs are you buying? 4. Good. So we're going to do 4 packs of buns. All right, let's see what time we got. Whoa. Go ahead and flip to your 5-4 worksheet for me, please. And I need you to listen carefully because we might alter these directions slightly. I want you guys to do number 10 and 14. In the directions say find the least common multiple of the numbers. Cross off where it says by listing multiples. I just want you to find the least common multiple. You need to do number 10 and 14. And then I want you to do number 16 and 19. Cross off where it says using prime factorization. You can do it however you want. Just find the least common multiple. I want you to do number 22. So that's 5 questions on the front. Flip to the back. And on the back, this is a great one. I want you guys to do number 25, 26, and 27 on the back. 25, 26, and 27. Please upload 2 pictures to Google Classroom.